G'day everyone and welcome to Soundtrap lesson number 2. Today what we're going to be doing is taking a piece of music that you have created or composed yourself using Songmaker, and then we're going to use Soundtrap to really change that up and create something that sounds amazing. First, if you haven't done Soundtrap lesson 1 or my introduction to Songmaker, it'll be a good idea to hit pause now, go back and work your way through those two, because the learning in those first 2 lessons is definitely going to help for today. I'm not going to be stepping you through every part of the process today. I'm simply going to show you what I'm working on, give you a few tips and tricks, and then set you a challenge at the end. Let's have a look at a screen view now. So we're starting off in Songmaker, and this is the piece of music that I put together a few days ago and showed you in that first Songmaker lesson. It's not my best work, but I guess it's okay. It sounds like this. So what I need to do now is go over to where it says save, and this time I'm going to download it as a MIDI file. A MIDI file is like a set of instructions for the computer, and it tells the processor how to put things together to recreate that piece of music. So it's a much smaller file than using a WAV file where you're actually saving those whole audio tracks, and it also allows us to do some pretty amazing things. I'm going to demonstrate that now by hopping over into my Songmaker. Here we are in Songmaker, and I just want to show you what I've been doing here, starting off by soloing this top track, because this top track is actually that piece of music that you just heard, although now I have gone into the sounds here and I have chosen a new instrument, and I went for a rock guitar called 1984 because I knew by the name of it that was going to sound like the sound of Eddie Van Halen's electric guitar on the album 1984. Here it is for electric guitar. First thing you'll notice, apart from that it sounds incredibly different, is that I've sped it up, and I did that down here in the tempo button. So I've taken that from 115 beats per minute all the way up to 180 to get a nice speedy guitar sound. Second thing to notice is the next line. That's the original drum beat from the Songmaker, and to be honest, I don't need that anymore. It's a pretty lame sound, so I'm just going to delete that track entirely. Moving on down, the next sound that you're going to hear is the drum beat. Rather than using one of the sample drum beats there, which you could do, I went in and actually created that drum beat. And to do that, you choose a drum, edit notes, and you can try playing along in real time on the drum here, or you can create patterns by clicking through here. Here's my pattern. I can change all the different drums in that particular set of 4 just by clicking in different places until I get what I want. I'll be honest, I'm still not totally happy with that drum sound, but it'll do for the moment. Moving on down, I'm now going to solo the bass line. Wanted to keep it pretty simple, so I just put lots of dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dums, occasionally dropping down to a G. Things like that are really a bit of trial and error, but Songmaker will be creating your music in the key of C unless you've told it otherwise. So stick around the notes of C, G and F for your bass notes, and you shouldn't go too far wrong. I'll show you what I mean by that, because you'll see I've split the bass track into a smaller section and then an even smaller section here. And what I did with those ones was use the change pitch to move it to a different note. So the effect is like this. And then a fade out at the end. Let's have a listen to what the whole thing sounds like when we put it together. maybe 80s rock is not your thing. Let's try something a little bit more gentle. I've only just made a start on this, but you'll see what I've done is I've changed the melody to a female vocal that's just doing lots of oohs and ahs. Then I took that original drum line. Those notes there are actually where the kick drum was all the way back in Songmaker. Then I started pulling apart where the snare drum sat, dragging the notes in until I got them where I wanted to create my male part for this piece. And it sounds like this. Both of those pieces are very much a work in progress, but hopefully that gives you a few tips and a few ideas for what you can do with your music. I'm looking forward to hearing what you come up with, and I'd love it if you could share it with everybody in the classroom when you're ready. So that's it. Here's your challenge. I was able to take a piece of fairly average sounding music and recreate that in two completely different styles. One of them being the classic rock stylings of Van Halen, and the other one being more like the oratorios of George Friedrich Handel's Messiah. I'd like you to do the same thing, not necessarily Van Halen and Messiah. I would like you to choose two completely different styles of music or artists that you can try and make your composition sound like using Soundtrap. You can share those with me on Soundtrap, or you can download them and post them for us all to hear up in the classroom. It's up to you. If you'd like some help along the way, you can invite me to collaborate with you on Soundtrap, and I can give you some tips and tricks as you're working through it. I won't do it for you, but I will be there to help. I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes out of this one. See you all soon.